everyone, welcome back to the Gen Z Show where we explore all things career growth, transitions, and how to make most of every opportunity. I'm your host, Jamie, and today we have a really important topic lined up, and that is bouncing back from career setbacks. Now, let's be real, guys. We've all faced moments in our careers when things didn't go the way we expected. Maybe you missed out on the promotion you worked so hard for, or you found yourself suddenly out of a job. And maybe it's just one of those periods where everything feels stuck. And I know it can be disheartening. And sometimes it feels like it's the end of the road. But here's the thing, it is not. And this is exactly why today's episode is so valuable. Your setbacks, well, let's be honest, it's tough. But did you know that it can actually be turning points that sets us up for even greater success? And I personally believe it's all about, shifting your perspective and learning how to bounce back with resilience, determination, and a fresh approach. The ability, and I really believe on this one, the ability to recover from setbacks is one of the most powerful skills you can have in your career. And to talk about this, I would like to introduce our guest speaker for today. He's the founder of Studio 4 and a seasoned brand strategist who has navigated his own career challenges and come out stronger. So he's here to share his personal experiences and practical strategies to help you who's listening right now, to turn your own career setbacks into stepping stones for success. So if you're facing challenges in your career right now, or just want to be prepared for when those inevitable bumps in the road come rather, today's conversation is one you'll definitely want to stick around for. So without further ado, let's start our conversation. Please welcome our guest, Ian Viernes. Hi, Ian. Thank you so much.
What's up, everyone? Hello. That was a very humbling intro. Thank you for who's who. I'm so delighted to share with you the career setbacks and how I bounced back from them.
Absolutely. Yeah, first and foremost, can you please greet our viewers and maybe tell them a little bit about yourself?
Hey,
First.
I'm Ian. No? I have 10 years of experience in graphic design, video production, content marketing. You name it, I could do it. Print, digital, online, offline.
Wow.
Now focus on personal branding. And how I define personal branding is healing from your past self so that you could become the best version of yourself. And it's a very beautiful topic that we're going to talk about. It's two golden nuggets from this.
Now, Ian, let's start with something personal again.
Yes.
Maybe can you share a specific career setback you've experienced and how it impacted you at the time? I think many of us can relate to those tough moments.
Okay. Hey, I'm going to tell you this right off of the bat. There was a moment in my career where I was literally opening my bag just to check if there was loose change, just to see if I had enough to eat for the day. So if you know where I'm coming from, it is humiliating. As in, I was so ashamed of myself. I was so guilty. And in the back of my mind, I was in tears. So I was checking my wallets. I was checking my coin purse. I could count how many coins I had during that day. And at the back of my mind, I was telling myself, was I raised by my parents and grandparents just to have this for the rest of my life? And that was a great setback in my career. I think that was like 4 or 5 years ago. And it was, that was the career setback I had. The biggest one, I think. The biggest one.
Wow, thank you for sharing that. After going through that setback, what was the very first step you took to begin your recovery process? Was there like a clear path forward, or did you just have to figure things out as you went?
Oh no, of course not. Just to be honest with you, if you're in that survival mode of of wanting to have money, of needing to pay the bills, of needing to feed yourself literally. You have nothing in your mind going on except for the fact that could I eat today? And that was the last thing I would think of what the future is. And it's really hard to think about it. Going to the perspective of was this the feeling others feel when they have nothing in their pocket? And the first step, I think, that made me realize what I was going through was, this is, I am not deserving of this lifestyle. And my parents should not be burdened by me because I can't produce money for myself. I had to ask myself, is this really what I wanted in my life for the next 2, 3 years? And of course, I said no. And it all started when I decided. It's not when the time is right and when you are ready. It's when you decide that, oh, I'm worth so much more. And after thinking about it, okay, doors started to open up because I was focusing on something greater than what I have today. And I guess what I could tell you in my mindset in that setting was, what was the feeling for me when I had nothing? Or is this training ground that I had to feel and had to go through this first in order for me to feel the feeling of this is not it. I should be worth more. And that excites me. Thinking of the future, what's ahead, it just brings me so much joy. And I know the people who are probably listening now and are in the same scenario where I was 4 or 5 years ago. Trust me, it's scary, but you have to think of the future. There is so much more waiting for you in the future.
That's so brave for you to share all this, Aya. Now I'm curious, did you ever feel like stuck during that period? Like you weren't sure how to move forward. How did you manage to push through that feeling?
Okay, and my mom is an OFW. She's a nurse in Ireland. And I haven't spent time with her physically longer than a month in during one time. Because she has to file her leaves in advance. She has to save up for money to fly, and tickets cost a lot from going from Europe to the Philippines. But I was happy when I was in grade school, when I was in elementary, I was provided with all the things that I need. But one thing that I realized growing up, seeing the other friends that I had, they were being fetched by their parents in cars. They were being handed lunch during lunchtime. Some of them, now I have all of the toys. I have a nice house. I'm provided with every need that I had, but my mom wasn't there. So growing up, that was my main drive. How do I bring my mom back to the Philippines?
Mm-hmm.
And it just so happened that one day during high school, I was invited by one of my friends for a get together. And little did I know that would change my career. Because she invited me to a networking event. Just to be honest and vulnerable with you, like, oh, I don't have any money to produce that, sign up thing. But that opened my mind into so many things. I have to help people in order for me to be helped. I had to lead people towards a vision they could see as their best self in order for me to be fulfilled. And it was a life-changing moment for my career where that was my driving force moving forward. I had to help other people so that I could bring my mom home. I still do. I still practice that. Helping other people first before putting my needs. I don't even look for the paybacks anymore. I just genuinely want to help people. It just brings me joy. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah.
Yeah. the steps that
Right.
got
Right. And positive
Mm-mm.
that, so what strategies really help you to stay resilient and maintain a positive mindset while you are dealing with this career challenges? And I know that can be
Okay. I don't have any formats to tell you about positive thinking. I could share what I know that works for me, but let me define first what's positive and negative, I guess. Negativity is coming from pain when you experience pain, right? And I've long searched for why people feel pain. And the answer came to me in one of the events I recently attended. And it was pain is felt when things are forced. So when you learn to let go and release the things that worry you, that's when you feel fulfillment. That's when you feel relaxed and there's ease and flow in life. So I try now, where am I forcing things that are not meant for me? And can I let them go? Another thing that I could talk about is, positive mindset, of course, framing your mind. Uh, call it present in our lives. One, oh, I don't get caught. The second law, universal laws, whether you like it or not. And we success, not force.
right.
So you have to define what success is for you, as in 100% be clear about it. And the two laws that I could share with you is, people manifesting, people attracting the life that they want. And it's called the law of attraction. Whatever you think of, that the world will give that back to you. So if you feel pain, well, okay, the world will give you pain, or a higher being will give you pain, or God will give you pain. If you think, oh, I'm prosperous, I'm abundant, that will be the things that you will receive. And it's not going to be just attracting, just manifesting. There is action in the word attraction. You shouldn't just stop by thinking of things to make it a reality. You should always plan out, write out a plan, journal, think of how you could achieve this thing in order for you to have movement in life. And when I talk about movement, there's the second law, which is vibration, law of vibration. And it's more effective than the law of attraction. Everything in life and everything we do is energy, and I feel it, I believe it. Our cells are my cat present because past there is, wherever you are placed, that will be your environment that you grow in, that will be you. And there are things that are solid, like this is solidified. And you have to ask yourself, are you vibrating at a positive frequency or a negative frequency? Are you solid? Are you taking up the space where you are given? Or are you just free flowing in life? And so many things change when I thought of, okay, I have to maintain a positive frequency in order for me to move in life. Positive meaning you are already the best self, the best person, the best version. It's just removing the layers of pain, removing the layers of trauma, removing the layers of setbacks in order for you to realize your best self.
But you know what? It's nice that you mentioned about environment around you and all that. And I know that environment has a really big impact when you're in those setbacks. And mentorship and support can be such a game changer when facing tough times. What role did mentorship or the support from others play in helping you recover from that career setback?
Oh, support from others. Oh man, it's so when you surround yourself with the right people, it just feels amazing. Pulled down. I believe in two quotes that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. That is true. And use your network. That is also true.
Right.
And I would want to add to that. is what value do you bring to the table? Because mentors and coaches, like, they have vast experience and knowledge about certain things and topics that could help you grow into the person that you would want to be. But in exchange, are you just taking and taking, or are you giving value back so that there is energy exchange? There's just two things in life that happens when you surround yourself with people. Number one, they pull you up to their level, or you are pulled down to their level. So you have to think of, okay, who do I surround myself with? Are these people negative thinkers? Are these people indulging themselves in worldly vices? And do they have their self-interest first rather than something bigger and something higher? And I could recount in my life one, if they would already know, there was one mentor that I had. She was my very first boss that changed my perspective in self-care, that I don't have to define myself by the work that I produce. And it was freeing because I thought I had to bury myself in shame and guilt, and I had to bully myself into thinking, oh, I'm defined by my work. But really, no. It's just a mental reframe of who you are and how you view yourself. Are you healthy in your mind, in your mental and emotional states? The second mentor that I had, if he's listening, he would know him. But it's all about, are you giving value to the people around you?
Right.
What type of value do you bring to the table? And it shouldn't be forced. The help you give, say it's to give you a better perspective of it. I learned this like 2 days ago, which is really beautiful, this metaphor. You could be the same lump of metal. Is the same lump of metal informed in life?
Right.
Are you a metal that's gonna be just a nail together? Or are you the foundation, the metal bars, in construction? Okay. The same material it increases. Or are you the same metal that is molded into a spring of a Rolex watch? Then that value differs now. And you have to identify, am I in the right environment and am I serving my purpose?
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but support from others is one thing, but support to yourself is another thing. How important do you think self-reflection is when bouncing back from setbacks? Did it play a role in your process?
Oh man, the audience here, the most reflective time I could have is time in the shower because it's the only time we could be really truly with ourselves. I want more time like that for myself. And in the moments where I reflect, you should practice meditating. You should practice journaling, and it's really healthy. Meditating for others might be icky, but the thing is, it's our soul's way to take a bath. A bath, it's small, like ready. How long has it been since you washed your soul?
That's so deep. Actually makes sense to the question. Yeah.
And one of the ways to unload, right, is to meditate. And meditate not just 5 minutes, no 1 hour. Why? Because there will be an internal battle of, I should just sleep, I should just scroll,
Definitely.
or I should be doing something, I should be working, I should be crossing off things in my to-do list. No. You have to fight through that. And scientifically, it goes away after 20 minutes. Just focusing. You have to win that battle. You have to win that battle through probably prayer if you're a godly person. Probably thinking about your best self if you are a future-oriented person. And just thinking of, how can I serve people? So just try to meditate 1 hour. It's really helpful.
Right. Now, looking back on that challenge now, or those setbacks, what would you say was the biggest lesson you learned from it?
Why are you settling?
Can you explain why that is your biggest lesson?
We could live comfortable lives. We could live simple lives. We could
Mhm.
live day to day where we are in our zone of comfort. But there are things in life that just pulls you and realigns you with what really your purpose is. And you have to ask yourself, does the life I have now, is it something that I deserve, or am I
Mhm.
just settling with it?
Something to think about, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ian, for someone who might be listening and is currently dealing with their own career setback, what advice would you give them if they're struggling to find a way forward?
If you're struggling to find a way forward, think of yourself as a car. You can't really move forward if there's something in the machine that's not working. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
stop, pull up the front, assess the machine, and look at what's not working, whether it be on your physical health,
Mm-hmm.
mental health, emotional, social, or spiritual. What's not working? Properly assess it and then work on the thing that is really bogging you down and learn to let go of the things that cause you pain.
I have the insights for me, but
Sure.
Ian, how has facing and overcoming setbacks shaped the way you approach your career today?
I overcame the setback because I wanted to help people.
Mm-hmm.
And that is still how I move with my career, even though I feel like I have grown out of the setbacks. I still practice it because it brings me fulfillment. I just really am someone who is ready to help and serve because I know if I just change someone's life, they wouldn't feel that same setback I felt before.
Wow, what an insightful conversation today, Ian. Thank you so much for sharing your personal experiences and giving us all some powerful takeaways on how to bounce back from career setbacks. I know people who are listening right now got the gist of what we just talked about, and I think what stood out the most to me is that setback don't define us; they shape us, and how we respond can truly open doors to new opportunities. So, as what you said, why are you settling those setbacks instead of just moving forward for your purpose? Myself, and anything you want to promote, or you can share where they can follow you on
Okay.
social media accounts.
Sure. Thank you, Jamie, for the opportunity. I really love this conversation. My vision in life is a better designed world where brands and companies have their audiences feel seen and heard. And
Mm-hmm.
in turn, these audiences advocate for the values and principles of these brands. And I want
Mm-hmm.
to do that by nurturing creative entrepreneurs. I want the people that I teach have insight, meaning if I shake their can, it's not just air, there's
Mm-hmm.
substance. I also want those that I teach have world class skill. I've handled international clients and I know what ticks their brain. I want to teach that too. And I also want to embody someone who is committed to realizing any vision. And I want to share that and duplicate myself with others. And
Mm-hmm.
what could best serve me if I could ask for help from you is that you just share the same vision as me. You could follow me at Ian V Design anywhere on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. I also have a newsletter where I share my insights. It's ianviernes.com/a better design world. And that's all.
Thank you so much, Ian. So, guys, for those of you tuning in, I hope you're leaving this episode feeling more inspired and confident about facing any challenges in your career. Remember, guys, resilience, self reflection, and seeking support are all key to navigating these tough moments. And station, don't forget to subscribe, share the episode with anyone who might need a little extra encouragement, and leave us a comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And once again, thank you so much, Ian, for your time. Until next time, you guys keep pushing forward and embracing the journey. You've got this. See you in our next episode of the Gen Z Show. Bye, guys.